Good evening, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. My name is Jason, and I want to send a shout out to Rural Legends TV and Team America Midwest for doing a video on this topic. Apparently, the ATF is now going after another trigger device that supposedly accelerates the rate of fire, basically. It is known as the Hellfire trigger, and my understanding is it is the version 2 of that trigger device. Version 1 is the only version that I've had any kind of experience with, and version 1 is pretty much what allowed me to conjure up the rubber band trick that I do. Operates the same way. The version 1 was basically a metal spring that pushed your trigger forward. The rubber band trick just uses a rubber band to pull your trigger forward. And you pretty much have to, both devices, the version 1 of the Hellfire and my rubber band trick, you have to know how to bump fire in order to get them to work. I have not had any hands-on experience with version 2 of the Hellfire. I have seen a video of the thing, which apparently, I honestly don't know how the dang thing works. But apparently back in July, the manufacturer got a cease and desist letter, and then his distributor was raided, and those items were confiscated because ATF has found a clever way of wording, manipulating words, and basically fit the definition of a machine gun, which is ridiculous. I have been getting a few messages on whether or not I think the ATF will make contact with me in regards to the use of rubber bands. Well, I don't expect them to, mainly because I don't sell rubber bands. Again, written on my about page, the rubber band trick is exactly that. It's a trick. It's a gimmick. It's, in my opinion, anything that assists you with bump firing is a gimmick. Bump stocks was a gimmick. You don't need a bump stock to bump fire. You don't need a rubber band to bump fire. You don't need a Hellfire trigger to bump fire. Even the version 2 of this device, it looks like the guy is bump firing. Maybe he's not. I don't know. It looks like it to me. So anyway, basically, if you bought one of these, you might get a visit by the ATF. I really don't know. Again, I don't expect ATF to make contact with me. Mainly because, bump fire, again, is not a device. It is a technique. Even after they banned bump stocks, the letter, I believe it was page 43 of the determination, they even wrote as an alternative to duplicating the effects of a bump stock, you could use rubber bands. It actually says that in their determination. Or you can use your belt loop, or you can train your finger to fire faster. So anyway, I'll put some links in the description, and that's where we're at. It'll be interesting to see how far the ATF wants to go with all this. One thing that won't help them in a criminal case is, should a federal prosecutor pursue criminal charges, all these determination letters that they in the past have said, oh yeah, no, those aren't machine guns, those will come back to bite them. And especially with bump stocks, no one, to my knowledge, no lawful person has been criminally prosecuted for owning a bump stock, because they were legal for 10 years, and I don't see a jury or a judge throwing someone in prison for 10 years on a change of mind. Same thing with rubber bands. I've been using rubber bands to assist with bump firing for the last 16 years. I've never been contacted by them saying that, no, that's a machine gun now. And they even wrote that you could do this, you could use a rubber band in the classification of bump stock. So I don't know, but they're what everybody is learning is that ATF determination letters aren't worth the paper they're written on, because they'll just change their mind whenever they want. Anyway, I'm rambling. Everybody have a good rest of your week, and I'll see you on the next video.